Hello everyone, Tina here. Welcome to Card Making Fundamentals and welcome to the Buzzworthy Blooms Classroom. Today we are going to do lesson number 2. So happy Friday to you all. Lesson number 2 is going to be a really fun card and we're going to need a few supplies for this classroom. So we are definitely going to need a little bit of glue. You're going to need your scissors, and I think that's it. Everything else, well, I say that, but I always forget the inks. We're going to need a brown ink, definitely, and then, of course, actually all 4 inks that we used for our first card. So we need an orange ink, a brown ink, a rose or a pink ink, and then a teal ink. So for the most part, that's everything outside of the kit that we need. And the stuff that we need on the inside of the kit, of course, is your tape runner. You're going to need your pen. You may need your tweezers. We got our little wooden bumblebees, and we're going to need our washi tape for this card, our stamp set, and our little daisy pack, and our little blending sticks that happen to be stuck to my package here. And I believe this is everything we're going to need on the inside of the kit. So let's jump in and do a little bit of stamping. First, to do that, we need our cardstock from the inside of our lesson kit. Let's take everything out. Keep your bag. Remember, you can put your card in there. And this little piece of white cardstock that's a square, we're going to need that to do stamping first of all. And I didn't mention, but you will need an acrylic block. Let me grab my stamping block. I'm going to use the one that came in one of our previous kits. I'm pretty sure that the frame in our stamp set will fit this. Yes, so that's the one we'll use. I'm going to clear off my desk and make a little bit of room. Zoom in. And to stamp our wood frame here, we're going to put this on an acrylic block. If you have a stamping positioner, you could use that, but I don't think you're going to need it. This is going to work just fine. Put that on there, and then we'll need our brown ink. Your stamps are probably going to be new. If you want to go over it with your hand, kind of cloudy it up a little bit, that's going to help with the ink. And we're going to stamp this on our white cardstock. So let's ink this up. And I'll stamp this. And it stamps beautifully. I'm going to use a baby wipe. I always forget to mention that you might need a baby wipe, but of course, anytime you have a stamp set, you want something to clean your stamps. So let's put this back here. Good deal. And then while we're at it, on inside of our embellishment bag, let's take these out. There is 2 of these little, let's move this, these little decorative pieces that will almost fit in there. I couldn't get it perfect, but I gave you an extra one in case we mess up with our stamping. And the sun's coming in, which is really nice. Next, we're going to take our little dotted edge piece, put that on your acrylic block, and we're going to stamp this with our orange ink. Kind of go over it again. Ink this up. And we'll stamp this right over our white piece of cardstock. And it doesn't line, don't worry, it doesn't line up exactly perfect. It was as close as I could get to this. So if you need a restamp, I give you an extra one here, guys. Now after we have our orange ink stamped, we'll go ahead and clean off our dotted edge piece. we'll put this back. And then for this card, we're going to use Thoughts of You. Let's pick this up. Which one is it? The bottom one. Okay, and we'll use teal ink. Go over it with our hand. And we'll stamp Thoughts of You on the inside of our little fancy square here. If you want to practice stamp, I was going to practice stamp on that, but maybe on some scratch paper, you can very well do that. And we will ink it up. The banner ends here and here. Kind of line them up with your points to the left and to the right. I think that's a good center point. Actually, I take that back. The very top of your banner points, center it with these. So the bottom banner is just below it, the bottom point. I'll show you there. I think that works out good. I did get a little crooked though. Let's stamp again. I'm going to clean this off. Let's do a redo because we have an extra one and we can do that, right? Let's ink this up. Stamp this. And then, actually I like that one better. Let's flip it around. Okay. Oh, we did good. Okay, that's a good one. You can use the reverse. It's pretty thick cardstock, guys, so you could redo the reverse side too. I don't think the ink's going to soak through. And then we'll take our teal ink and try this one more time. Thoughts of You. And we'll stamp this. Lovely. And our sentiment is good to go. We're going to put this back. Now, with our square panel, it's a little bit too big. So we're going to take our scissors and we're going to trim, leaving a little bit of a white border. If you want to use your paper trimmer to do this, you can probably get a straighter edge than your scissors. But since the straight cut, the scissors aren't that bad. Okay. We'll do the bottom piece. Now let's just take everything out of our embellishment bag. Okay, we have some foam squares in here. There's a big piece of foam. This is going to go behind here. So to adhere it, what I'm going to do is use my tape runner, add a couple strips of adhesive behind my wood grain, and then add my foam square behind here. And then that's good to go. Now to adhere this, we're going to add one more foam square just in the center. We'll remove the release paper and then we can add this layered right in the middle. So we have a little bit of dimension. Now for our card base, I have a card base. Make sure it opens the right way. We're going to go crazy with the washi tape. So we are going to take our washi tape, and remember there's an upside to the loopy and a downside. I'm making the loopies that are going up, and we're going to put this on the very top of our card base. Okay, and then press it down good. And then we're going to go the loopies. I want the loopies always to be facing the edge. So we're going to go and add some more washi tape all the way to the left. And then we'll flip it around. So the loopies are upside down now. Add this to the bottom, all the way from the right to the left. And it's okay if it overhangs. And then we'll do the same all the way to the right. We're just creating a fun frame for our card base. And then we can pick it up, and this is basically what it looks like. And now what we're going to do is use our scissors and trim off the excess. Might be easier to flip it around on the back side. Trim and trim. Trim away all these overhanging pieces. I don't use washi tape too often, but it sure is fun stuff. Now we're going to take our pattern paper here that kind of looks like there's leaves, and we're going to flip it around and add adhesive behind this. This is going to go in the center of our frame. Going to center it as good as you can. Lovely, without peeling up those washi ends. And then we're going to take our banners. We have 2 sets of banners. We're going to layer them together. We'll flip over our smaller banner, add adhesive behind it, and then layer it right on the inside of our thicker banner, kind of evenly spacing it from left to right. Good deal, although we kind of got a little crooked here. Straighten it out. Okay, now we're going to take our baker's twine, and we're going to add adhesive to the left, adhesive to the right. Tack it down just at the inside point of your banner. Flip it around, kind of loosely. You don't want your paper to buckle. And then tack it down on the inside, and then trim away the excess. So we have some twine here. Nope, you're not going outside, little girl. Now I'm going to take my tape runner, and we're going to add some adhesive to this banner piece. The kitties have been going in and out. The sun's shiny, but it's really cold outside. And they want to go in and out today. So she's scratching at the door. I'm going to place my banner about 1.25 inches from the very top, evenly spacing it from left to right. We'll add this. And then this is good to go. Okay, once we have this done, we have a cute little honeycomb. I saw this, I thought, oh, this is the cutest. So what we're going to do is take our twine, and we're going to thread it through our honeycomb. And then we're going to tie a bow. Actually, tie a knot. Just tie a knot first. And then we're going to flip it around and add a small piece of foam square behind here. Let's trim down a small piece of foam square. I don't think you're going to be able to see it when you have it on your card base. No. So that is good to go. You can see we just put a small foam square behind there. Next, what we're going to do is take some flowers. We're going to need 3 of our daisies. Let's take 3 of these. And we're going to do the same thing as we did with lesson number 1, using our color blending sticks. Push this over here. Just add a little bit of teal and then spread out that color. And then we'll add a little bit of orange to another. Dot it and then spread out that color. And then we'll add our last but not least, our pink. Dot it and then spread out that color. I think the bright colors go really good with kind of toned down backgrounds. Now after we have our flowers done, we're going to go ahead, set these aside. We have the scallop square. This is going to go in the center of our banner. Let's go ahead and adhere that down. And there'll be a little bit of a bump, but no worries, because we're going to cover that with our wood grain. Let's go ahead and add some glue behind this. And then we'll adhere this just over our scallop piece. Kind of hold it down so it adheres. Now we're going to add some foam adhesive behind each of our flowers. And then we're going to do a little tucking. We'll remove the release paper here. I want the pink. We're going to tuck it just above the top area here, so it's peeking out. And then we're going to add the yellow, or the orange. The orange is going to go here. And then we'll add our teal over here. After we have this done, we're going to go ahead and take our little honeycomb, remove our release paper, and we're going to add this to where the string is connecting with this string here. So we're going to basically do a faux bow. I think that looks good. And then we'll tie a bow. Drives me crazy when that twine just curls up. Okay, maybe a smaller bow. Then we'll trim the tails of our ribbon, or twine, our baker's twine. Now we have all these little bits and pieces. What we're going to do is use our glue and add dots of glue to the center of our flowers. And then we're going to add our little black circles to the center. We're not going to make a handmade flower center. I wanted some bold black. And I did leave extra of these little black circles in case we dropped one or lost one. There's extra little black circles in there. We won't use. I'll put those back. And I did put in an extra gem too, in case we lost one. But the gems are going to go right over those black circles. So let's go ahead and adhere those with our glue. And if you have a jewel tool, actually let's use our tweezers to pick these up. I think this is going to work good. Pick it around. Put these gems right in the center. This one we kind of have to tuck underneath that corner. Good deal. Let's zoom in a bit. Okay, now that we have our gems, we can go ahead and add our leaves. We're going to add our darkest olivey green. Let's add a little adhesive behind here and tuck this underneath our blue leaf. And then our, let's see, our lighter green, we have that half of a foam square. Let's pop this up with some foam adhesive. And then we'll tuck this a little bit under our other flower, kind of overlapping it. And then our final leaf, we're going to add a foam square to that too. Let's cut one in half and then tuck this over here. I got another of those black dots here. Our little wooden bumblebees. Let's take a couple of these guys out. Aren't they cute? Let's get a couple of our little wooden. There's already foam adhesive behind it, guys. Just remove the release paper. And this bumblebee will face this way on top. And then this little bumblebee we're going to place on the leaf. Oops. we'll go this way too. We'll do a little bit of, I think bumblebees should be on the leaves. I think that looks so fun. So stinky cute. Okay, now we have our black pen, our black jelly roll. What we're gonna do is make little swirls. You could do stitch detail, but I'm gonna just do a couple little swirls that are trailing from the bumblebee. Let me show you. We're gonna basically do a couple loopies. And there's no right or wrong to do this. You just need a couple. And we're just gonna trail here. And then this one we'll just do one little loop. I think that looks so cute. And then that finishes off card number 2, lesson number 2 of the Buzzworthy Blooms Classroom. Kind of a really fun card. Love those little bumblebees. And again, keep your packaging because you can store your fancy little card. I love all the textures on here in your little packaging for safekeeping. But this is lesson number 2. I'll see you next Friday for lesson number 3. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying my classrooms. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.